a young lady hangs around with five men or something like that. I can't remember the exact quote, but
Hey,
because that's worse than axing someone to death.
the getting convicted of the Mann Act is pretty hard stuff, man.
Turn it on again, don't know why we do it. Bad movies rolling, sticking right through it. Nate says it's great, Jason says you're high. Same damn fight, different ass night. We've seen worse. Said it out loud, still here, still watching somehow. Then one sneaks in, nobody planned. Didn't think we'd ever see five trees land.
From straight stumps to the ones that hit. Five trees landed, didn't expect it.
No script, no fix.
Just two bad takes.
It's time for trees in space.
Welcome back, everyone. That's Nate, and I'm Jason, and this is the Tree and Space Show, your favorite movie review show, where we discuss films and rate them using our unique grading system of trees and stumps. Today, we are reviewing the 1936 unrated propaganda film Reefer Madness. Whoa. Because it is awful August. And this does star Joseph Fort and Kenneth Craig. So we were talking offline, and you never heard of this movie before
No,
we decided to watch it.
look, man, you have been talking Reefer Madness ever since I told you I started smoking weed. You're like, and for years you've been talking about this movie, toting up on this huge fucking mantle, and then we watched it. So
See, this is what happens when you smoke too much reefer. You lie, and you lie, and you lie. So, but on a serious note, we'll discuss what this movie is about. High school principal Dr. Alfred Carroll relates to an audience of parents that marijuana can have devastating effects on teens. In his story, a drug supplier entices several restless teens, including sister and brother Mary and Jimmy Lane, and Mary's boyfriend Bill, into frequenting a reefer house. Gradually, Bill and Jimmy are drawn into smoking dope, which affects their family lives and leads to a terrible crime. Yes, this is 1930. This is back when the government wanted to make sure that nobody smoked marijuana because it was just like, and we were still doing cocaine and opiates in your drinks and in your medicines. Like
yeah,
freebasing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, look, man, a dude is supposedly like offs his whole family with an axe after smoking so much weed. No, that would never freaking happen. I don't think I've ever met a person that gets angry from smoking anything weed or cannabis related, and I think it's just mostly hunger or sleepy.
Well, I mean, I'm not a drug connoisseur. I don't know the effects of most drugs. I know when people get drunk, they can get violent, or they can get sad, or they can go to sleep. I know people get high on heroin or LSD, they can trip and get a little paranoid, a little crazy, a little, you know, you know. And most um, people that drink coffee and cigarettes, their stimulation goes up. But I've never known anyone. I know a lot of pot smokers. My oldest brother, all the time. Other people I won't mention because they're still alive. But they never got violent smoking it, like you said. They never. They just want to sit there and eat food and just hang out and start talking about the most amazing things ever. It's not the most amazing thing ever, but they think it is.
It's pretty great when you do it and then you go sit in the sauna for like 20 minutes, you get out, the world feels amazing.
We think.
Yeah, feels
So,
amazing.
but
Yep.
this
Great.
movie, it starts off. I don't remember how it starts off. I'm sorry,
Oh, it
folks.
starts
This
off
movie
with
is
them
very.
smelling weed, spelling weed wrong.
Oh, do that.
Yes, they totally spell it. I think
Oh,
they spell it with like
marijuana.
a G.
Yes, they did misspell because it
Or
had a scroll,
yeah.
and they broke the fourth wall because they talked to you at the house, like, "Hey, this story's for you." Um, there was a. I mean, it's just
It's what you would have watched in the 80s in high school PE
we
class
did watch it. Yeah,
when it was
to
like
make sure
raining
that
or
you didn't
something.
smoke marijuana.
Yeah. Oh, and they really rolled some fantastic looking joints, I believe, in the very beginning of this movie. And I believe in the first take of this recording, I had said that it was really impressive and probably
Yeah.
expensive.
Well, the thing was, the most scariest person in this whole film, I thought, was the guy playing the piano.
Oh
He,
my gosh. Yeah, he was on like PCP or
and
Angel
he go back to
Dust.
the room after he stopped playing. And I was like, what the?
Oh,
And you know what? Marijuana is not nearly as strong back then as it is right now, and people still don't act that way.
wasn't it like was it Angel? There was one
And that's
where
PCP,
Chronic. I
chronic.
think Chronic is when it was like marijuana and like crack or something like sprinkled in. Maybe
Oh,
this
I didn't know
you
that. I
might
thought
even
that
know.
was just a street name for it, just like no.
No, the Chronic.
Oh, I didn't know it was mixed
I
with something.
or Angel Dust or PCP, and then mix it with PCP and marijuana, and you smoke whatever. It was really big in the '90s, especially in California. So
Okay,
that could have potentially made you like crack out because of the PCP, and
and there was the main character, the young lady Mary.
oh, she
Um,
was lovely.
she was, and they had some really good, conversations. But I know it's 1936, so. But the funniest part of me about this movie was when they go to the crack house or the reefer house, the house of ill repute of teenagers smoking dope. Whenever they leave the house, they leave that way, they leave this way, they go to the back room, they leave the stage like it's a movie, not a movie,
A stage,
a play. Yeah,
yeah.
like a stage. They go left, they go right, they just leave the room any way they want to.
It was almost like a Pentagon house where like you had one
Yes.
main central spot, and then there was like a room here and then a room here, like, and then each room connected. Like it was, yeah, it was, and then every room led out.
Yes. And did you see the side when the guy who was in the house and the girl that was in the house it was, she had to go or he had to go buy the dope, the marijuana, the big blocks. He had to go the big freaking blocks of marijuana like that. Just and he goes to the drug dealer and the one guy comes in that room at the same time and says, I don't like selling this drug anymore. And the big drug dealer who's on his little doing his little office thing. And he
Hang
goes, yeah,
on,
you can get out of this. Go ahead.
I have a question. How would they? Never mind. Answered my question. I was like, how
What
do
was
they
the question?
package those? I was trying to
Yes.
figure out how they package them in the blocks because like it's just kind of all well. Still, it had to be ground up, but why would you ground it up and put it in a bag?
Oh,
Like,
and they showed you this movie exactly how to process and smoke marijuana. And they don't
oh
want you to
yeah,
do it, but in the movie they show you how to do it.
that's what I loved. Even like back in the day with Dare, like they showed you how to do it all. The hardest part was finding it, and some places were real easy to find it. Apparently, I didn't know that because I wasn't. Anyway, yeah,
Well,
like
I always thought that I thought drugs would be a more bigger problem in my life growing up. I thought every street corner I'd go to, they'd be
dude,
like, "Hey, want some drugs? Want some
I
drugs?"
thought when I became an adult, it was gonna be everywhere. And granted, like I took a different path in life, but like I went to South Korea, like I thought it was still gonna be everywhere. That and prostitution.
Yes. Well, but one part I thought was pretty funny was they're driving, the woman's driving, and she's high. And the guy goes, "You're going 45 miles an hour. You're going to kill somebody." And about 2 minutes later, she's in the city and she runs over an old man. And that scene was so hilarious because he just falls down like that. She just keeps on going. They never catch her, though. The
No, it was
cops
the
go to her
kid.
house.
It was the dude. It
Yeah.
was her brother. Her brother was driving the dealer and he clips the dude. She was off with her mother to the at
No,
the
she was the one
beach.
driving,
No, not
wasn't she?
no, she never smoked the weed or the reefer. It was
We're going to have to, I'll put the video up. We'll see which one of us is right and which one of us is high. He runs him over. You're right. But either way, that was a funny freaking scene. And then right behind that, you talked about an axe murderer because that happened in the movie. They said you could harm this, and some guy, well, his axe murdered his family. But the worst, the most tragedy one is a young lady hangs around with 5 men or something like that. I can't remember the exact quote.
Hey,
Because that's worse than axing someone to death.
hey, the getting convicted of the Mann Act is pretty hard stuff, man.
Yes, if you're a hoe, you're a hoe. But near the end, after the bad thing happens, you know what? I'm spoiling this. Someone gets shot. Okay, and they're trying to hide the guy who they show is like the crazy person, not the guy playing the piano. Near the end, after the chick shot, they're trying to hide him because they pretend like it was the boyfriend that did the killing, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's playing the piano, and he's just freaking out, and then she's like,
He's
you
he's
give me
like
the creeps.
he's
Yeah.
chain smoking Jays the whole time. Like,
Yeah. And then she gets up and sits next to him and goes, "It's okay, okay. You want me to play you something?" And he goes, "Yeah, play something. Play something." She just played him something. She was just there playing him something.
Come on, darling. Everything will be over soon. Do you want me to play something for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that,
yeah.
And it was very poor.
Thinking about him chain smoking Jays like that, he has got to be just on a total different plane of existence. Like, I'm just thinking, there's no way I could do one as fast as he was doing them.
Yeah, but that back
And-
then, that THC wasn't nearly as strong as it is now.
Yeah,
I guess the
But still,
smoke.
they were
just the
still
smoke.
fatties though. There was a lot.
And there was no filter. They did.
there's still
and it-
there's still no filter.
Yeah.
on-
Or even like the cigarettes they had. But the end, they see the judge and they let the guy go because he wasn't the killer.
Mhm.
And that was a good scene. I
Yeah,
did
the
that. I
lawyer-
can't remember what it was
The
saying.
lawyer was rocking it in the courtroom.
Yeah. That was good.
But
So,
no, I got nothing. Oh, and root beer is a soda. MFer.
I forgot about the root beer comment. I forgot about that. Oh, well, let's see what some critics and other people have said about this movie.
It's just a matter of opinion.
The first review comes from Diane B, which gives it 3 stars. And here I thought marijuana made people stare at their hands and giggle while bringing on the peanut butter. Turns out it makes you hallucinate, get aggressive, and kill. Wow, did they put in pot? What did they put in pot back then?
Did somebody say peanut butter?
Peanut butter. Do I love peanut butter?
Someone-
Man, I can go for some fucking peanut butter right about now.
The next review is from Unknown. It's 1 star. Smoking weed, aka grass, is not a good idea. I've tried it back in the day, and it was worse than anything that happened to Bill Harper. I toked up with some buddies in Kentucky and woke up 4 days later in Nairobi, Kenya, with no idea what happened. Don't do drugs.
Wait, he on weed?
Mm.
Did
Probably chronic.
I was say he had to add some beers or something, or a lot of. See,
And a passport.
I mean, if you're that is though a very impressive story that I would like to own the rights to.
Ooh. You know, we need money so we can buy rights to shit and make them poorly, but make them.
I mean, or just say it was based on an event and just make the whole damn thing up. You
I like that.
get tripped on LSD, and the next thing you know, you're in Nairobi.
You're in Kenya. Yeah, and you're diamond
Bangkok.
you're mining blood diamonds for
Or you're-
the local cartel.
Or you're running
I don't
a.
know if there's diamonds in Kenya or not.
I'm just saying, maybe you run a flip flop shop in Bangkok.
Flip flop shot in Bangkok. You should write that rap. Go ahead, make it a song. The last review comes from Stephen D. 5 stars. So bad it's good. It is an unintentional comic goldmine. I don't think it's an intentional comic goldmine. I think it's. I don't know when the first movie was released, 1902. I know they had Nickelodeon things people could look at, but I don't know if this was actually in theaters. I think this was sent directly to schools and said, "Watch this," and it's bad.
And it's not funny at all.
No.
Like,
Not even like ironically funny.
no, and it was very just reminiscent of the period. Like, even in the beginning, they had some young gents walking and they were in perfect unison. Like, it was just like choreographed in time. Like, they practiced it several times.
Yeah.
It was an overly like rehearsed performance.
Yeah. Well, that was the critics' takes. That with our own initial impressions, how does this movie stack up? Here are our final thoughts and ratings of the 1936 Reefer Madness. I will start this, and I'm not recommending this to my surgeon because I'm assuming my surgeon done watched it. Because I'm assuming my surgeon is at least 30, and he probably had to watch it in high school because you're not supposed to smoke. It's I don't know if these are actual actors. I need to look up to see if they played in anything before or after this, or if this was just a play for a school and they recorded it. So there's no stump bump. There's almost a stump bump, but I think we had this discussion on the previous recording because, folks, we tried to do this already and it was so poorly audioed that we had to redo this. It gets a stump because it's a stump, and I'm gonna give it a stump bump. You know why? Because it is Reefer Madness, and it's one of the most iconic movies of my childhood. So I'm gonna give it a tree.
My turn, assholes.
No, I would also not recommend this to my doctor. This movie, I honestly really never needed to see. It also kept fueling the perception of parents looking really old. Because I think their father was like in his mid 50s with a 16-year-old and a 8-year-old or something. I don't remember, but it was just it was hardly in color. Again, reminiscent of the time. I'm not going to beat this up more than I have to. I think, plus also, I don't remember shit from this because I've done too much Reefer Madness between then and now. And apparently, I said this movie was a tree.
Well, Nate gave this movie a tree, and so did I. I think we both just gave it a what's the marijuana tree called?
A leaf? Or
a leaf?
Sativa, an indica?
Is it called a marijuana tree? It's a marijuana plant, right?
Yeah, it's a plant.
Okay, we both give this movie a marijuana plant. That's what we do.
A plant each.
So, a plant each. But tell us what you think. Tell us if you've seen this movie. If you've
tell us if
heard
you
of this
can
movie.
find this movie.
Yeah, because we have a special delivery from a special person that makes it findable for us. We can't tell you about it because we'd have to kill you. Yes, no, that's right. We did watch on YouTube, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So, but let us know what you think. Put your comments down there. Like, follow, smoke some reefer if you want to. It's not a big deal. And we will see you next week on Trees in Space.
Turn it on again, don't know why we do it. Bad movies rolling, sticking right through it. Nate says it's great, Jason says you're high. Same damn fight, different ass night. We've seen worse, said it out loud. Still here, still watching somehow. Then one sneaks in, nobody planned. Didn't think we'd ever see 5 trees land.
From straight stumps to the ones that hit. 5 trees landed, didn't expect it.
No script, no fix.
Just 2 bad takes.
It's time for trees in space.